Hi, this is Jamie and Marnay. We are working on deleting a 2010 Cummins ISX. This happens to be on a Lonestar, one of 300 of the Harley versions. Actually, it's number 54. So here's where we're at. I know there's other videos out there, but we can't find what we're looking for. I've already done the exhaust pipe underneath, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But we bought the kit from TruckTok for deleting this, so we're working on pulling this all apart. Where's that other piece? So we're standing here on the driver's side. For anybody that doesn't know, we've got this piece off already. As you can see, it's just full of soot. We had nothing but problems with emissions on this truck, and the last thing that happened was the DPF. Yeah, the DPF got so plugged up it wouldn't even regen, and since I had to take it off anyways, I wasn't putting it back on. So anyways, here's where we're at. We're going to try to figure out where all these plugs are, and that's what we're going to show you, what we need to pull off and take apart. And I'll put a link in the comments and the description of who I used to program it. It was a company from Canada. I can't think of their name right now, but I have all the information. It took them about 2 to 2.5 hours to program it right from my laptop here. I have inline 6 software, so it was no big deal that way. So as we keep going, I will update you what's going on. Just trying to figure out where I can put this.
It's like a clamp.
That's not gonna work. But this one. Okay, you're being recorded.
What's that, Jamie?
Pickle's trying to mom yeah. She's already pregnant.
All right.
I don't think I brought big enough inches yet.
I'm gonna work on getting that pipe at the back off.
Okay.
That's what we want to do, right?
Yeah, we want to take that whole piece off, I think.
South African power?
I don't know what we're gonna need here. I can't remember what it was into. I know we had it in the vise one time. Maybe it's just a pipe here. Oh, we can take I think we can take a hose clamp loose and just pull this out. So we don't have to have it off to get it out. If we get the rest of it out, we can just take this hose clamp loose, put it in the vise.
We're not clamping that off.
I don't think so,
Alright.
because these plugs aren't, I don't even know what that does.
Because that guy, the little round one, that one. I don't understand these two round ones because I don't have any bolt holes. Why do you clamp it on two?
Right.
Maybe it's just a safe. Maybe we don't. Our motor doesn't have a home for these two.
It could very well be.
But the main thing we need to clamp off is this thing.
Yep, and that thing.
Well,
Because if we clamp off on this side, I don't know if we can put it in between. I don't know. I mean, I guess we probably have the room, but I don't know if it's made to do that.
I don't think it's a good idea because if there was a bolt here, then yes. But I think it's gonna sit like this once we have
Right.
these two tight.
Yeah, I'm like you. I think we're gonna have to get that whole pipe off, clamp, or block this off and get that whole pipe off. I'm thinking that one of these two go back there, because otherwise it's going to be blowing exhaust right up here, making a mess everywhere. If it was open like that, it
Right.
would push all that soot out this way.
No, I agree, but I just don't know. I don't think we have the right stuff to block it off back there because that one looks like this one, just smaller.
Let me see if I can find that site.
And it's gonna have to be a quite strong thing because I mean it needs to prevent air from blowing.
Right. Yeah. But it's not going to be compressed air. It's just going to be exhaust.
Oh, so it's not gonna compress?
No, because the compressed air is coming through here. That's just going to be exhaust.
So if we are gonna eliminate this pipe, we're not gonna have this valve, this sensor in there.
Yeah, we'll have to put the sensor somewhere and leave it plugged in.
There's a
You know-
home right here, but is it gonna be the same? There's a home right here too for something.
Okay. So these are different trucks. They're showing this. Let me see if I can find this TruckTok.
I'm gonna work on that, getting that thing off.
Yeah, okay.
because either way we're gonna need to have it off.
Right.
You know what we need? We need like a little basket thing we can push around here.
Yeah, right.
Put all the tools on it.
Yeah, I agree.
And then when you're done, push back. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Okay, so there's an EGR cooler somewhere. Apparently it's on this side.
Okay. So that's where one of our plates goes.
Yeah,
I need to block that thing off too.
yeah. Right there. We'll have to take all of this off. Get at that. And then there's a thermostat line that goes to the EGR cooler full of coolant, and that's where one of those other plugs
That's probably the big guy, that big round guy that
Yeah.
goes in there.
goes. Yeah.
And then what, we are left with the little guy?
So it says, on the passenger side, remove intake pipe, turbo, etc. to remove EGR cooler to get to the V-band clamp from the EGR cooler and exhaust manifold with a 10mm deep socket. Remove coolant line on top of the thermostat housing and plug it with the plug included in the kit. Once clamp removed, take out EGR cooler, install new plug and gasket included in the kit on the collector. On the collector, install V-band clamp. Continue removing EGR components around the engine. Remove coolant line on top of thermostat housing and plug it with the plug included. Locate coolant line from oil cooler to the 7th injector behind the rear of the turbo. Remove the line and plug it with a plug provided in the kit to the oil cooler housing. Locate elbow behind EGR cooler on the rear side of the engine. There's 2 13mm socket bolts. Install new plug with gasket included in the kit. Understand all that?
Sure. But I just don't know where that other round guy goes.
Yeah, I don't know either. I have a feeling that once we start taking all of the rest of this apart and following it, we'll probably find it.
But are we gonna take that thing off, or are we just gonna plug it and leave it?
Well, somehow, I don't know. Somehow we gotta get that line plugged. So I don't know if that maybe happens from this side. So I'll grab some wrenches and start taking some of these intake pipes off while you're working over there.
I got the sensor off.
Okay.
But wait a minute. Do we have anything to plug there then? And
Well, some of this must, because we have this one goes here.
does it go there?
Yep. This one goes right here. And this one with this exhaust gasket is going to have a band clamp over there. And this one must go in the thermostat housing. And that one must go in somewhere there coming into this other line. It's the only thing I'm thinking.
Alright.
So we know we want this off to clean it out. Otherwise we could just leave it as is. But with all that soot and shit in there, yeah, I think we should take the time while we're this deep. It was off once, so.
Right.
So I'll start taking some lines off over here. So here's where we're at. You can see all this garbage in here, all this soot. He's gonna continue to take this off. There's some bolts back in here so that we can clean all the soot off. This just has a hose clamp here, so we don't need to take this off. It's really, really stiff, so we'll have to break it with, was it 1 5/8. But then, some of these other clamps, I'm gonna come over here while he's working on the passenger side. And we're gonna have to take the intercooler pipe off, the air cleaner pipe off, and we have to get to the cooler way back in here. You know, it's kind of hard to see. So I'm gonna probably pause the video while we're working. It's right here. This corrugated looking thing. While we're getting things loose, and then I'll take some more footage as we get farther here. Kind of messy coming up with over here. So there's a couple bolts way back in there that not very easy. He was able to crawl back in there and pull this EGR valve pipe off. Hold on a minute. Tell me how you got that hard bolt out. Show me what you did.
Small spaces, small tools. Just use this guy. Where's this little, where's my... I don't know what my socket went, but I first put my socket in, like right there.
Okay.
Oh. And then I just bolt my socket up from there, coming out.
And so then you put a joint on it, and then a small extension, and then a big extension, and the breaker bar.
No breaker bar.
No breaker bar.
Oh, right here.
Oh, just a regular.
Yeah. This guy was for that, for these two.
Okay. All right. We can leave that sensor in there probably and have it plugged in, and then up here I'm just looking, since we're gonna have that piece off and illuminated, we'll just have to run a hose from here to here to keep the dust and dirt and everything out.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a bad idea thing. Because we don't drive a lot of gravel road, but
No.
well, let me rephrase.
Yeah.
The distance ain't far, but every day,
Right.
5 times a day, that's starting to go along. Ay, Marnes. Man, that guy. You know what? Maybe that was just the only place you could put it. Because
Don't make excuses for him.
But if you go up here, your range won't fit.
Know why they would put such a great big hose and nut on there, like up here, right here, and then it's just got a hose clamp into a rubber hose.
We've got 10 million nuts laying back there. Oh, I know where you can put it right here.
Right. What can I do to help you here?
I just want to go in so I can slide this clamp forward or backwards so I can just get him out. Oh, wait a minute. Thank you. Lucky that guy stayed on. No, I think she's gonna come off easy. There. Ready?
Yep. It's all yours.
And
Here it is.
they're off.
And they're off. Here, check out this. It shouldn't be that color. There's the temperature sensor. It's all plugged up. You can see that. It has to be cleaned. What a mess. Great thinking, guys. Let's put diesel exhaust into our intake. That'll make it run great.
Go green. What was that?
This is my camera.
Oh.
Okay, so we gotta take the turbo off to get at the cooler back there. So we have a really long extension here. Must be about, I don't know, 30 inches. And it's an 18 socket.
Yeah.
And there's, hopefully you can see these, 2 bolts that come in from the top, and then 2 bolts that come in from the bottom. One of them come loose pretty easy, and the other one we had to take a MAP gas torch and come in from this side and get some heat on it while one guy was pushing on it, and it did finally break loose. So now we got to do the back 2, which or the inside 2, however you want to say it, that'll have to come in from underneath. Okay, so here we are on the turbo. We have the 2 stud bolts on the back side and the front side. We had to use that big long extension. On the 2 back ones or inside ones from the bottom, and the other 2 from the top. You have to take all these lines off. This line, and then there's 2 lines in the turbo. And we're working on, there's a line behind the turbo here that goes to the top of the oil filter. It's right there. So we're going to try to get down in here with the crow's foot. We got it broke loose, and we sprayed it with some WD-40, but we can't get it to swivel. So we do have the turbo dropped off of here, and we'll see what we can come up with. Okay, so just so everybody knows, this is what really happens. But we couldn't get it to swivel because it's, you know, 15 years old. So we ended up getting, well, it's like a crow's foot, 13/16, but what I actually had, we got it broke loose with the wrenches. But what I'm actually using is an O2 sensor one, which is 7/8, it's a little bigger. And then we get a wrench, which is 11/16 on the hose part. And then we have our big 3-foot extension and handle on here, and then we hold it. And I don't know if I can get my hand in here to show you. Probably not. And the light. And it's a 2-person job, but we got to hold it here and turn it from above, because this is what really happens. This is no canned. Oh yeah, this is the right video. Why are you all crooked? That's weird.
What's crooked?
My camera thinks it's pointing the other direction. Okay, so we got our line off, but there's one more line back in here. 13/16, right back there, and obviously you can see how tight it is because we got to get the wrench on it. So we're ready to try to break it loose. At least it's a little easier to get at. It's going to be the other, I suppose, oil line. Forgive us because we're not mechanics. We're not diesel mechanics, so I'm sure some of you diesel mechanics are just laughing at us like, you idiots. But you know what? This is what really happens in the real world, is you have a shop and you work on stuff and you try to learn, right? So here we are pulling a turbo off. Let's go. We're apart. Okay. Yippee skippy. Get this thing out of here. I'm gonna wedge the camera in here. I guess I'll edit you later. You're supposed to do that, but then when you turn it, it like turns it off. Okay, so hopefully we can muscle through this. I'll grab here and here. Are we ready? Yep. Everything's split and off. What else is holding us? Is there something else, Mornay? Light.
That line is...
Which line is...
Maybe it's just that heavy.
Well, I know it's heavy, but... think we got everything.
I think it's gonna be a heavy
I
sucker.
think it's just gonna be that heavy. I mean, I know it's not gonna be light, but it just feels too stuck.
Hey Jamie,
Yeah.
what's heavier than blue?
Heavier than blue. I don't know what.
Light blue.
See what I gotta put up with? I'm telling you, there's something else. There's gotta be another line on the backside somewhere.
I think I got it. Oh shit.
What's this line? There's another one down in here? Another little tiny one?
Yeah.
How many lines do they need on a turbo anyways? Okay, it's right there. I can see it, but I'll have to get at it maybe from this side. Or can you get at it from that side?
No, I saw the top one.
I can't see where does it go. It's right back here.
There's a line down yonder as well.
There's 2 more lines?
Yep.
Oh my. So there's another line back here, right there. And then from Mornay's side, there's another line where?
Just underneath.
Where do you want the light?
Right there would be fine.
Another line, I can't see it. But... So that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines.
I guess so.
So there's 5 lines in this turbo. Take my hand.
And a sensor as well.
And a sensor, of course. Have to be. I got a light somewhere where you can see what's going on at all? Am I helping you?
There's enough light down here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take the light out because I can't see. It's gonna be a feel kind of thing.
Oh shit, now I can see nothing.
Oh, yeah, you want the light back? There's enough reflection. Okay, where do you want it?
Right.
Right here?
Yeah. Is it light in your way?
No, I can't see the line, but I can feel it.
Don't tighten my line up.
Where was my line?
No, because my line is out.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna see if I can loosen up that.
What size wrench did you use on your line?
13, 16.
Well, it's not a big one. My line is a small one, like 11/16 is too big. Is there a 5/8 there? I'm missing a 5/8 out of here.
5/8. Yeah. What happened? That set wasn't complete. Oh God.
Okay.
But I can get you a 5/8.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe, let me try 9/16 before you go running anywhere. I think it's bigger than 9/16. But...
There's a 5/8 behind me there.
Okay. I think 9/16 is, yeah. And I come loose.
You did?
Yeah.
Can I see that light?
Mm-hmm. Sure can.
What fancy clock is this thing?
Whoop, my line's off.
Can you see the? Oh, you probably cannot see in the back there.
And there's a wire here.
Yeah, that's
What wire is this?
Get out.
Okay. Well, I'm tracing it.
Can you pick it up a little bit? Alright, I'm gonna grab on the bottom, you grab the top.
Okay, I don't know, can you get a hold of the lock?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna...
Okay, I don't know where I'm grabbing, but if you can grab the lock, I got a hold of the plug.
Can you twist it?
Which way?
Okay, the other way.
This way?
Yes. But to figure out that lock, that's my whole problem. What kind of fancy deal is that?
I don't know, I can't see it.
You wanna come look down here? Oh shit, you probably... No, that's right. I'll figure it out.
Is it a locking lock? Where you gotta pull the tab out of it?
Yeah, but it's kinda... I don't know why they would make this so short, but you can barely get to the lock, and then you're on the bottom of the frame.
What can I help you with? You want me to hold the light, or? If I hold here, does that help you?
Turn it my way. Yeah. I think this top tab needs to come out. Then anyway, I'm gonna get a little screwdriver real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, just hold it like that.
Oh, here, let me get maybe a little better hold of it. Uh-oh, what was that?
Screwdriver.
Of course it was. Oops, sorry.
That's right there. I think that's what it is, but it's so brittle. I think once we're going to start yanking on that little clip, so it's a clip on top of the main clip.
Yeah, so you probably have to pull that little tab out.
Yeah.
Because it slides in underneath the push button lock, right?
Right, but it's so brittle, I think it's going to end up breaking it. Like anything else. And to get both arms in there, that's another story on its own.
Oh, I got it unlocked. I just got to get it apart.
You got?
I heard it click. And if I push it back together, it locks again. But I can, there it's,
Oh, you got it?
I got it unlocked.
Oh, let me just grab the bottom then. Then you grab the top.
There's probably enough dirt and gravel and dust in it.
Can you bring it my way a little bit? Or is it better for you to work there?
Well, I can, where do I need to go?
Okay.
Because I can't see anything, so.
Go with your finger up. You are holding the bottom body as well.
Yeah, So
Alright.
right here is where that lock that needs to get held in,
Alright.
where I had my finger on it.
Yeah.
That needs to get held in, because it's probably locked again. Where is?
That one, yeah.
Yeah, because
Your thumb one or your finger?
let's see. No, my trigger finger. Right.
All right. Let me
Right
hold
here.
that.
Yep. Right here.
All right. All right.
Okay. You got that in. And,
Yeah.
Ugh, come on.
Feel
I
there
know.
with your thumb again. Right. Put your thumb down. Right there. That guy. That acts like a locking knot, clip.
Or is it one of those that just slides on? Because right here,
Yeah, that's the main one, yes.
that's the main lock. But you think there's another lock here?
Right there where your finger is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That you need to pull out or something. Yeah, that guy. I know this. The slide you're talking about. That's on the back side of this one.
Okay.
It's in the back there. That's you're talking about the clamp that it can slide.
Yeah, right. I can't see it at all. I'm just going by feel, you know.
Right.
I can hear it, you know. When I push here, I can hear it on lock.
All right. Let me try to hold it again. All right. Jamie, you just hold it just as it is, right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and yank that locking thing out on top. See if it'll move. Because I think then it'll unlock the whole thing. Yeah, I don't think she's coming. I don't know. Can I see it once, Jane?
Mm-hmm.
No, it has to be something like that. Come on, you. There. Now, if you grab the
Where do you want me to grab them?
just the top part again.
Is this the top part?
Yes.
Okay.
But now I just need to grab this.
I need to turn it somehow.
Can you let it go once more? Okay. I got it unlocked on this top thing, but my bottom one still doesn't want to. No, man. Alright, let's try it. I'm gonna push on this thing again. See if you can get it out.
Ready?
Yeah. There.
So there was 2 locks on this thing?
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy.
One that locks the main lock. So the main lock, and then that locks main lock, and then it's coffin proof, Jamie. Oh. Now everything is off.
Now I think we're ready to come out again. Let me get this line up here. Okay. And we're plenty clear of the exhaust manifold. So
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Can you hold it once?
Yep.
All right.
You got it all? No. Okay, set it up there.
All right, I can move it from here.
You got it from there?
Yeah.
Okay. And there it is. Woo! So there's a lock down in here somewhere. Where did that lock? Where did that wire go?
It's right here. You see?
Oh,
That
the lock. The lock comes out to the side. Okay. Well, good news is we got the turbo out. Woo! Now we can start on the intercooler. That's just the big thing right here. I'll check back later.
I can be glad.
Okay, so we are on morning number 2. We didn't start till yesterday sometime. We're working on this EGR cooler here. We finally got the nuts off, or the bolts out. There's 4 bolts. Let me get my flashlight. So there's 4 bolts up in between the exhaust manifold and the EGR cooler, and then 4 studs with nuts on the bottom. So the nuts, how did they come off pretty easy, Mornay?
Oh yeah, that wasn't.
The bottom was pretty
too
good,
bad.
but the top one was a little tricky. They weren't overly tight, but we had to get the right combination of stuff in there. I'll show you what we ended up with. Let's see, where's my socket? Okay, so here's what we had. We just had a 3/8 long extension, and we necked it up to the 1/2-inch side so we could put a breaker bar on. But then you have to get a 1/2-inch 6-point. Don't put a 12-point on it like this one.
Otherwise,
It wants to. They're tight enough that it wants to slip. So find yourself a 6-point. I found this old one that's actually short here, and that worked out really well to get in there and put the breaker bar on. The front one was the tightest. The rest come out pretty good. And then there was a line, there's a steel line that goes from here to here. We took that off, and in this TruckTok kit they have a plug there. So it goes right there with an Allen wrench in it. And this water line, this will collapse. This will, telescope in. It won't quite go in far enough that we can pull the tube completely out yet, but we have it loose. And let's see, then there's a plate right back down there that comes off the back of the intercooler. It goes into the block, and that one is a plug also. So you got to crawl underneath to get those two bolts out. And then the intercooler nipple there comes down, and you can pull that piece out. Here's the TruckTok plug that's going to go on there. So that's how far we are yet this morning. We're going to have to get pile drived in there somehow to get the two bolts off of the flange on the back side of the EGR cooler off, and then we'll have the whole EGR cooler in our hand. There is a pipe that wraps around from there. It comes over to the driver's side and ties in right there. I don't believe it goes anywhere else but just right around there, so I think we're just going to make ourselves a plate and cap that off on both ends of it. It just had this pipe in there, so I think we're going to leave that pipe off and everything disconnected there, and that will almost be ready to go. We took everything off of the intake here, all the sensors and stuff out. We sandblasted it out so it's not so sooty. Might have to do something with this one yet, but that's where we're at for today. It's going fairly well. Oh, this flashlight makes my camera do funny things.
Oh, it's the LED.
Yeah. Okay, so top bolt, we got our 3-foot extension here. I'm telling you, if you guys don't have one of these 3-foot long 1/2-inch extensions, you are missing out. We use this a lot on the farm. And we actually have one we've made that's 5 feet long with a pipe piece of shaft. Sometimes we use that too. So that he's pulling that out. While he's pulling that out, I'm gonna come over here, crawl under here without getting wet. I'll show you what I figured out on the exhaust. So I pulled the whole muffler off, and the DPF filter here. So it comes from the motor here, and then I have a band clamp, and this is a 5-inch inside, or 5-inch outside to 5-inch inside, 90-degree clamp. I got everything from 4-star truck, I think. And then a band clamp, then a piece of 5-inch flex. It ended up being like 18 inches long. And then where it goes into the Y underneath the cab right there, that is a 6-inch. So you got to have a 6-inch outside to a 6-inch inside 90-degree elbow with two 6-inch band clamps there, and then you need a reducer. And the only reducer I could find that went from 6-inch to 5-inch was a chrome one. So everything else is just regular steel, but there is a chrome reducer there. So again, 5-inch inside to 5-inch outside 90-degree, 5-inch flex, about 16 inches long, a 5 to 6-inch 5-inch inside to 6-inch outside reducer or expander, whatever you want to call it, 6-inch 90-degree from inside to outside, two 6-inch clamps, 1, 2, 3 5-inch clamps, and then we made a bracket here, and I didn't weld it to the frame, but I put a plate on top, you can see right there, with nuts and bolts, and a plate on the bottom, and that just like clamps it on. It screws clamp right tight to the frame, And we had this clamp right here. It's actually from an air system out at our dryer that I welded those plates on, and that works really well. You just want to make sure that it's lifted up enough, it's not rubbing on the frame, up and towards the center of the truck here. So that's what you need to eliminate your muffler down here. All right, Mornay, I'm back. What are you finding out up here?
I got it out.
Oh, I took your flashlight away.
That's all right.
Okay, so he's got the top one out. Change the phone. Now I gotta figure out what's on the bottom side, huh?
It's a thing.
It's when?
It's a thing. The same side.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we gotta somehow get in there to get the bottom bolt out now. That's what you're saying, right?
You want me to show you how?
Yeah.
I've been in there to see what it is.
Oh, you've been in there once already?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a bunch of lines and all kinds of stuff you want to watch for. What can I do to help you?
Well,
You need a guy with a real long arm here. So can't really see much. You can see where he's pushing in there, but to get way back in there. And what do you have? Just a socket on the handle?
yeah.
So we have a 1/2 inch 10mm socket and a 1/2 inch ratcheting handle
It's on there now.
back in there. It's on there. But it's going to be a matter of how tight it is and getting a hold of it, right?
Yep.
Okay, what can I do to help you? We can come from under the step. Oh, this doesn't help. You can kind of see just tip of his hand up there behind the exhaust pipe, but we got no good way of getting in there, that's for sure.
Oh,
Did it come?
yeah.
Hey! And sometimes things work out. So for anybody wanting to delete your ISX, and you order this plug kit and say, oh, there's only 5 plugs. It's a little more complex than that. I don't know, we started at about, 10 o'clock yesterday morning, and we took a half-hour break for dinner, and we quit at about, what, 5 o'clock? I had to go, I had a meeting, but you worked till about what time?
5:15.
5:15 yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
So we've got 6.5 hours yesterday, and we've been working on it for about an hour and a half this morning. Doesn't look like we've got far, but we've got a lot accomplished. If we didn't have to run for tools and figure out exactly what we need, it would go a lot quicker. But figuring out what to do and how to get there, I think, is 2/3 of the whole battle.
Be ready for imperial and metric system.
Yep. Yep. Have all your tools. Be nice if we had a bench fold back here, but we just got things piled up here in the shop. So I will check back in when we're ready to pull this out. We're almost, in fact, we're almost there probably, huh?
Oh, that thing just doesn't want to come out. It's the. Oh,
Oh, and it's St. Patrick's Day, 2026. So
oh.
that's why we're having a little bit of luck. We got the Irish with us. As my daughter said, the leprechaun came and he's playing tricks.
Oh,
Whoa, socket?
super leprechaun.
Where did it go? Oh, there it is. I got it. You're welcome.
Do we have a smaller, like this, a smaller thin socket with a small? Oh, never mind.
We got it here. Okay, now that it's broke free, he's switching gears to 1/4" drive here. Might be able to get that in there. Work with it, it's a little lighter.
And how long is this bolt?
I don't know. Sounds like it's getting looser though.
Here.
Yeah, it's really windy out today. We got something rattling on the wall. It sounds like an angry bumblebee.
Gotcha.
And there it is. There's the bolt. So we should be completely loose now.
Loosey goose.
I don't know how heavy this thing is. It's gonna be a matter of getting it off the studs and getting it around the studs and sliding it a little bit. Oh yeah, there we go. I better put this down so I can help you.
Oh, I think I got
Okay, so you're gonna have to slide back and out and back and twist it here. And here it is. Oh, wow.
And they're off.
And they're off. I ain't never seen one of these before. It's got all kinds of... Oh yeah, that must be where they put the water through. All through these little tiny hoses in here. This is kind of cool. There it is. So we have a gasket.
Maybe keep that.
And so this kit did not come with any block-off plates for that pipe that wraps around. I think what we'll do is we'll take the gasket and trace it and make a solid plate to clamp on there. There's nothing there, but at least it'll be blocked off to help keep some of the dirt and mud and etc. out of it. Do the same thing on the other side. So we're almost to the point of putting it back together.
Oh yeah. We are.
Okay, so here's the water line that goes on the back of the pump right there. And so they did send a plug, but we're gonna have to make a plate. It just had a single bolt here in it. And the other end we don't need to worry about, but pretty sure it's this cup, huh?
Yeah, it just doesn't look that deep. This guy looks way narrow.
Is it the right diameter?
Oh yeah. It can go in some ways, I just don't want to go in now.
So is there, how far in can it go? Will it bottom out?
Yeah, it's gonna bottom out, but
Like there's a flange in there so it can't go in too far because that's the water pump.
well, let me tell you. It's that deep.
Okay, so there is a flange in there.
Yeah, there is a flange in there,
Okay.
but it's really deep. It's gonna be like this. So we can maybe put it like this in there, and then just put a spacer.
Yeah,
To
we're
have
gonna
it
have
there.
to build 2 plates, aren't we? And glue them all together and then build a
But it does go.
clamp.
But it does go. Well, we don't have to. But it does go in. I think we're gonna end up pounding it in it.
Okay.
But if we take it and put it in like this, and just have it flush with this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put it in there. And just still put a plate there.
We're gonna have some kind of gasket across there or something because that's not gonna.
The other thing is gonna seal.
I don't think it's gonna seal. This had, you know, an O-ring.
What if we put the O-ring in first? Pound that in. Well, it's just like this.
Is there enough of a lip there that the O-ring won't go into the water pump?
Oh yeah, there's like a. I would say like a ½ inch lip down there. You can feel down there.
Oh. Well, that might work. So there is a lip in here that's at least as wide as this O-ring.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what we'll have to do. Put the O-ring in there.
Somehow.
We'll have to put the O-ring in there and then probably put the cup in backwards. You know, like this.
Yeah.
So that the flat part is against the O-ring. And then we'll have to make a plate and something to push against this.
Maybe even just a flat piece. Well,
Right.
I don't know. I don't think that's even gonna be enough. Because that is not gonna make up for the room in there.
Right.
Can you hold on to this?
Yeah. Okay, so here's our plan for plugging this hole off. Sorry, I'm dropping things everywhere here. Okay, so here's our plan for plugging this hole off. I'm gonna kind of set my flashlight here so we can see what's going on. Bear with me. So, off of the hose, or the line that was here, we pulled the O-ring off. So we're going to put that in here, like this. There is a lip back in there. And then we were able to pull the clamp off. Okay, so we're going to set this here for right now. Then we have this cup that TruckTok sent. So that's gonna go in here. I'm gonna put some ultra black high temp RTV silicone on it. I cleaned that all out in there, dried it all up from any water. So I'm gonna put some, I'll show you. We're gonna put some on this flat edge here so that it sits against the O-ring. Like this. Then I'm also gonna put some on the outside edge. Like this. Okay. I'm gonna be good and dirty. I'm gonna shove it in here against that O-ring. So you have to get a hammer and a punch or something. So bear with me a minute. That won't set up in the right more times. You have some time to work with stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to hold my camera so that everybody can see what's going on. So I don't want to run for a punch. I'll just use, I got an extension here and a hammer. I don't know if this is going to work or not. So I might have to edit this. I got to get some stuff out of the way so I can get this pounded in here. Not working out quite the way I want it to. Not much room to work here. So. Okay, so I think I have it pounded in there about as much as I can, but you can see that it's not flush with the outside. So here's the next thing I have. I suppose I dropped it. Oh, there's the saw guy I dropped. So I have a washer here. It's the exact same size as the outside, and what I did, I cut a V in the bottom of it, and because it's going to be exposed to the outside, there's going to get water. Since it's not a flat plate, I'm afraid of it getting water in there and rusting out that cup. So I cut a V in here so that it can shed that water. So then I'm going to put it right here, angled down. Let's see. Oh yeah, that looks like it's going to be just about right. Now I can put this clamp on and the bolt back in it right here like this, and that should hold it, but I'm going to need both hands, so I gotta find my bolt. Okay, so everything's going back together here. Turbo here, got all the plates on. There's a plug on the back side of the turbo. I can show you on this EGR cooler. This plugs into the back side of the turbo for oil. So that's where the mysterious plug from the TruckTok kit went. So everything else I think is in good shape. It's just a matter of reversing our whole order, putting it all back together. Block plates here. I got one back there where the EGR valve is. The in the company that I had do the programming wanted the valve unplugged, and that company was called Industrial Matrix Solutions, and their website is in indmatrix.com. They did a pretty good job. They just took right up through my computer, and they had to download an old version of Inline 6 because they wanted an older version, because I guess the new version gives them some problems. We got to put a hose here yet, just to go here to here, since we eliminated that whole pipe. But that's pretty much it. I think that'll all about end the video. What do you think, Marne? Any other special notes you got? Things you need to tell people?
I guess not. I guess you covered it all.
Right. If you have any questions, probably not the right guy to answer.